Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently December 10th, 2012. And this is the KNKL MS Stream, episode 12 today. Wow. We are coming along quite nicely. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again, once again, for tuning in and joining me. We do this every Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I just finished some lovely lasagna, as you can see, completely gone. Today we are going to be jumping right into working on some concepts for another upcoming character. Because as much as I love Emma, she does need some friends to play with, right? She needs some friends and supporting roles. So, for those of you who may have been watching the KNKL show for a few months now, you'll know that there is another character in it, a little boy by the name of Nico. Excuse me. And you would know that he is awesome. However, as I get some water, I need to finalize his design and get comfortable with drawing his face and figure out how it relates to Emma's, right? Or basically how it relates to the style. And speaking of that, before we get started, I do want to share one thing with you. Share a few things with you. So on the KNKL Daily, you guys have been submitting yourselves and these awesome Emma pieces. Basically all this zombie flavor going around, right? So thank you guys once again for basically contributing to that. I love the fact that you guys posted to the KNKL fan page, but if it's directly related to Emma, I would appreciate if you post it there as well, because I want to get the Emma Facebook page looking as awesome as the KNKL page does. So thank you guys for that, and please have some control. All right, if it's Emma, put it on the Emma thing, and on the KNKL page. But don't just post it. Don't leave the Emma page unloved. That's too sad. I can't bear for that to happen. So anyway, where the heck's my stylus? Here we go. So I'm hoping that you guys really enjoyed part 2 as much as I did creating it. I noticed there were a couple things looking back that I could have done a little bit better. Like there was a page with, or the actual, well actually I don't want to, well if you're on the stream you probably already read part 2 anyway, so I can say this. The part where the zombie comes out of the door, ideally, here I'll actually pull it up. And I'll see if you guys kind of agree with this. Because when I was originally kind of scrubbing through these final pages here, let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm sure you guys remember this. Let's actually just go into this here. Okay, so, don't do that. Come on. Okay, I guess we're just looking at it like this. Okay. So my problem was, once you go through here to this page and then to this page, problem that I had was when you get here and you're reading it, this is the first thing you look at, right? And it's supposed to be more surprising. But, you kind of you force yourself to go here and then you read and then you're like, oh, okay, so it almost it ruins the surprise. And ideally what I would have done is probably kept this panel on a separate page. After a page turn, you will have seen the zombie coming out of the door. So, I mean, that's just one of the many things that I really wanted to make sure that I fix going forward. But we try our best to, make the mistakes. That's the purpose of this comic, right? It's not to be perfect. It's to make mistakes, learn from them, and then move on, right? And then if we have time later, free time, we were just twiddling our thumbs. It's like, hey, let's go back and change that page layout and fix it. So that way it immerses you properly. So, yes. Yeah, Nux, you will now be known as the Pomf Man. Luckily, that was a good one. You had me going. Luckily, I had somebody who, because of the internet people, they educated me as to what that sound effect meant, and I decided to remove it from the comic. So, needless to say, you will not be contributing any more sound effects to this comic, Nexie. Just kidding. But everything you do say, I'm gonna be Googling it, so you better watch out. So anyway, Moving on, I'll go ahead and show you what I've got so far for Nico, and then we're going to go ahead and move into his character design. So, let me pull this baby up here. I'm just checking what you guys are seeing here. Yeah, it's probably, there might be just a little bit of stream lag. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to figure out the quality of the stream. So anyway, let's take a look at these, right? And right up here, we have our friend Nico. And he's basically like a little, kind of a punky kid. He tries to act tough, but really he is a the nerdy underdog, right? And this is what we can all relate to. So, that is what we are going to be drawing today. We're going to be drawing our good friend Nico. Figuring out how his facial structure relates to that of Emma's. So let us go ahead and get started. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the latest KNKL episode, number 62. Really hope you guys like that because I had a great time trying to figure that out, because I was having so much trouble with the masking of the comic. And when I figured that trick out, I was just so ecstatic. I was like, I can literally mask the entire comic with one button now. So. So anyway, now you guys are all looking up that word. You guys are funny. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over. We'll get started. I'm stalling if you didn't notice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. So a big part of Emma's facial structure, the way that I lay things out to start, is I start with a circle. Imagine that. Alright? So we got the circle. Let's go ahead and do this. So we got the circle here. And then we go ahead and divide that circle in half. Like so. Like so. Now let's go ahead and divide that. But not perfectly in half, right? Because we are taking into account the perspective. I am taking into account the perspective. We're going to go ahead and let's see how his eyes line up. Looks like his eyes are a little bit higher set than Emma's. A little bit higher set. So let's say that they start right on that line, right? Start right on that line. And then looks like his head is just a little bit wider too. So it looks like his chin comes down like this and then goes up like that. Whereas Emma's face is just a tiny bit longer. His is a little more stubby. A tad bit stubby. By the way, like my life recently, like me and my buddy, my best friend Jake, my writer, we've decided to we're going full force on this comic now. Like last week was definitely a testament to that. We worked our butts off every night because we were approaching the 3-week mark, and we kind of set it as an internal goal that we don't want people to wait longer than 3 weeks for pages, right? Just don't think that should have to happen. It's not acceptable. Unacceptable. So, yeah. So hence we stayed up till 3 in the morning regularly. I think we did it almost every day of that week. I don't even remember. It was such a blur. It was such a blur. I can't really remember. Okay, so then another thing that I like to do is I take like the mouth at rest, right? I think about the mouth at rest for my character. And then that's kind of like a general idea of how I bring up the eyes, right? Account for the space or the perspective, so it goes back a little bit. And that's how you figure where the eyes rest, right? Why? You guys. You guys are so funny. Anthony, you keep asking me these funny questions about how do I balance both jobs. I'll tell you how I balance both jobs. Or how I make time. I just decided to make it. I literally made time. I figured out the recipe for making time to do what you want. And I made it. And that is something that I cannot say right now, but I will tell you. I will tell you very soon. Probably towards the end of issue 1. So probably in about a couple weeks. A couple weeks. All will be revealed. But for now, just chill and enjoy the comic. Let's go ahead and do that. It's looking good. Oh, looks a little weird. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's make sure there's enough space happening here too. I don't like it when... He's got a very similar makeup to this. Oh man. Oh, I want to tell you guys so badly, but I can't. I can't tell you yet. I can't tell you. I am the worst at keeping secrets. I really am. I really am. So let's go ahead and switch the subject. Mr. Damon is talking about the axe swinging scene. Oh, yes. Thank you, Damon. Yes, was that you that posted that comment on YouTube saying you felt the weight of the swing? It really, really meant a lot to me because that was exactly what I was really trying to go for. Like, just have this... I love it when people can illustrate just, like, flow and movement and all that other good stuff, you know? So it looks like Nico here also has... He's got, like, this line underneath his eyes, right? It's a little different. Emma's got, like, the cute little anime girl blush. Nico's just got a line, so that's kind of cool. And then his nose appears to be a slight bit higher. All right, so let's go ahead and put that there. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put it in his mouth there. Oh, man. No, what are you guys saying over here? Kienan sniffs crack. Wow. I can't even read the rest of that, Sundancer. That's so bad. My boundless energy. Oh boy. You guys are so inappropriate. Come on. What are you talking about? Sundancer, I just did. Even though the stream's laggy and you didn't notice that I did. I'm always looking over and seeing the crazy stuff you're saying. I take notice. What, you just want my attention? Is that what you want? I'll give you my attention. I'm giving you my attention by making the show. Okay? I do this for you guys. And for myself. I do it for all of us. For all of us. And the cool thing about Nico is he's got like these little tiny kind of slit eyes, right? Whereas Emma's are a little bit more round and cute. His are more like this. Oh boy. Yes! Also, this hair comes down and connects with this line. Like, think about this. I'm making measurements in my head and placing them down here. So it's like little tidbits of information that can help me in the future to remember. To remember who you are. Remember. But because I've basically been staying and becoming a hermit in my room, not a lot of stuff has been happening throughout the day for me to like come up with stuff to talk about. Yes, the secret to getting better is just practice, right? But really, really enjoy it. Oh, Damon, you're showing your friends the comic. Okay, Guys, I need to talk to you about something really, really important, and this is so important to me. I really believe, I want to believe that we can make this happen. We can make this comic like get out there. We can get eyes on it by just us alone. I really believe that something great, like the best referral to something, is something your friend tells you about, right? You know, it's like you're looking around for something, you ask your friends, you know, whether it's a comic or like some sort of service or where you can get a specific limited edition Skylander, you know, if you got to go to Target, Best Buy, you know, who has it, right? You talk to your friends or you go on the internet. So I cannot stress enough that if you guys really, really like this comic and where it's going, there's going to come a time, there will come a time where I'm going to need your help. And the best thing that you can do to help me is tell other people about it. Spread the word, right? Spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your dog. Tell your dog. Tell your cats and your parrots. And they can fly all around the city, basically squawking, Emma! Read Emma! Read Emma! And then everybody's like, what's Emma? And then they type it in their phones. Type in Emma comic in Google, and what do you get? You don't get Emma Frost. No! She's old school. You get the new Emma. You get my Emma. And that is good. We're actually on the, like if you type in Emma comic in Google, it is on the front page, which is really, really awesome because there's actually other comics called Emma. But I think because of the traffic, like the traffic that's going through my site, and I guess the Google bots like doing their little analysis on it, it's actually kicked it right to the front page. And I think if we keep, like, guys, seriously, if we keep visiting the site, we keep telling people about it, and I keep creating content, we are literally going to be the #1 result in Google when you type in Emma comic. And that is something that is very, very awesome, and I'm very proud of. So, moving on. Yes, so I just wanted to follow that up by saying thank you guys so much for the support that you're already showing and for telling your friends about it. It really means the world to me, and that's all I could ever ask from you. Because whether or not this comic makes me money, it's like, hey, that's cool. Like, if I can make money off of this comic, I got plans for you guys to be able to support and buy stuff. You know, I'm not just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm making the comic, and, yeah, now you guys need to give me money, right? You know, here's the donation button. You know, it's like, I don't like people to do that. I mean, I understand people that do that. People that give good stuff away and then expect donations, that's cool. But, like, I don't know. I don't like it when they're like, oh, yeah, here's donations. Yeah, just so you know, I'm kind of dependent on you guys to not become a hobo. So, yeah, and they, like, try to guilt you into it. You know, as I spit across the desk. I don't know if you saw that. That's pretty nasty. My saliva glands are at an all-time high after that lasagna. It was really good. But I believe that if people want to support you, you need to give them something back. You must give them something back. Even if it's something really small, but it's something unique and special. And I do have plans to do that. So, don't you guys worry one bit about that. But really, the only thing I will ever charge for you to read the comic is your interest. Just be interested and like the comic. And if you got some time, tell your friends about it. Really, really appreciate that, guys. I don't know if I told you guys this, but like, I'm so, I'm so friendly. I just like to talk to people, and people ask me what I do. It's like, I told them, oh, I work for a video game company, And, they're like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I'm really, really proud to say that I'm making a comic, right? I'm making my own comic, right? And I kid you not, I go to this chiropractor every couple weeks, right? And I just, I go to the chiropractor every few weeks, right, for my neck. Oh, you could only hear the sound that doing that makes. It's like, it's really bad. But I go to the chiropractor every few weeks, and the receptionist there is very sweet. Her name's Patty. She's a sweet lady. And so I told her, I was like, hey, money's a little tight right now. Can I start cutting back my chiropractor appointments like once a month? Because I don't have the money to be spending $60 a visit you know, get my neck adjusted, even though I'd like to. And she's like, oh yeah, no problem, that's fine. Oh, what are you doing now? I'm like, I'm making a comic. And she's like, oh, that's interesting. So she's funny. I just think some people don't get it. Some people just don't. You know, comics not their thing. You know? It's fine. It's not for everybody. Okay, so anyway, back to Nico. So he's got like long hair in the front, short hair in the back, kind of an emo kid. He's rather emo, but he's cool. Whoa. Wait a second, that looks a little weird. Why is this not looking like him? Doesn't look exactly like him. Doesn't look like the other one. Maybe it's because this thing, this cheekbone, kind of comes up a little more. Ah! That might be what we were missing. I'm missing what you guys are saying over here, so checking it out. Oh! Yes. Thank you, Mr. Rosario. Zombie Hunters. Jenny is actually a big role model of mine. I really, really love Jenny's work. And yeah, I basically looked at what she does. She sells like PDF versions of her comic, and I'm planning on doing something similar to that, you know, with like concept art and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for telling me about her. Emma the comic, the game, the movie. Making a little girl cry, the adventure. Oh. Whew. DeviantArt gallery. Wait, what? There's a Emma DeviantArt gallery? If you guys did you guys start one? I didn't know about that. Yeah, I I agree. Sundancer, yeah, he's not looking like the same guy. He's not looking like the same guy. We need to fix that. We need to fix that. Looks like Emma cosplaying as him. So I'm trying to examine what exactly I did with this other Nico that made him look more boyish. Again, remember, we are exploring today. We're exploring things. I think what I did, one of the things I did was make his head a little bit bigger. You go up here, up to there. Yeah, that's about right. So what are we missing? What is it that is missing? Maybe his hair needs to come out a little bit more. That's not bad, not bad. Also could be the lines, the heavier lines. He actually has much, much smaller eyes. Let's kick those down a little. There we go. So his eyes needed to be a little bit smaller and down a bit more. There we go. Something else. There's something else that's bothering me about him. His neck's a little too thick. Oh, also another thing I noticed. What's different from this one than the other one is his headband is much lower. His headband needs to come down like this. And it goes up like that, and up like that. There we go. There we go. You guys are funny. What? There's a group? Yeah. If there's a group on DeviantArt, you gotta tell me. You gotta show me. Custom Darius skins. Custom Emma Darius. That'd be funny. We're like, well, guys, we finally started to listen to all of you about wanting gender bends in League of Legends. So we decided we're going to start off with Emma Darius. And Girl Got, or Gurgot. Everybody just called it Girl Got there. And I was like, no, it's Gurgot. Get it? Because, like, you only have to put a G in front of it. Gurgot. But nobody got it. Nobody understood. Nobody understood. My genius. Such is the life of an artist. Nobody gets it. I haven't drawn Nico in a long time, so yeah, it might end up looking kind of girlish or like Emma slapped a thing on the side of her head. I'll get it figured out. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay? Don't worry. Taking care of business. Now, here's the other thing. Is like, I know that his eye would be here, but like with the hair over it, I think I need to maybe push his hair down a little bit more then. Because I don't want it to like just make his eye disappear. That's going to look weird. Let's just try that. Let's push it down. Take them down. Or cut them down. By the way, I have been playing a little bit of League of Legends lately. And I've been playing Maokai, right? The Christmas skin. And I always thought, like, I just had the funny idea one night. What if when he does his arcane smash, he just goes, right? What if he's like, holiday cheer? And it's like, and then like some, I don't know, like wreaths or something come out. What if his ult was like a giant wreath and it just like spins around and then explodes and like berries and those little spiky leaves go everywhere. I forget what they are, but they hurt if you touch them. So don't do that. Yeah, but I just thought it'd be funny. He's just like, holiday cheer! Holiday cheer! Ow! As I freaking knee my computer. Holiday cheer! Okay, anyway. So that was my genius idea of the day. And yeah. I'm going to take that, care for it, have some fun. Cool. Alright, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. And in fact, if he looks kind of like, I don't know, kind of girly, I guess. I don't know. Androgynous. I don't really mind that because he's supposed to be a really young boy. So I am okay with that. He shouldn't look very manly. He would not have facial hair like this. That does look funny though. Yeah, it would send snow. Yeah, exactly. He kind of so girly gets mistaken for a girl. Yeah, it's funny. Manly job justice. Should be a line out of the triangle. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this is supposed to be like a headband thingy. There, let's go ahead and get rid of this. Manly job justice. The crimson chin. That's what it makes me think. The manly job justice, aka the crimson chin. How are we doing on time? Hey, 7:30. Cool. So we got plenty of time to keep going. And he'll probably have like some sort of little insignia here. Because he is going to be part of a little bit of a, like a group, a gang. And they may have something to do with pirates. I don't know. So, this is, well, we'll put a little pirate thing here. Alright. Just for funsies. And we can elaborate on that later. But at least we know there is some sort of insignia happening there. Right? And we want to make sure it is simple enough that we can draw it over and over and over and over again and not get tired of it. Sort of reminiscent of Emma's little hair clip thingy. You know, it's simple, gets the job done. Let's see here. Another thing I'm liking that's happening is that This hair does more of one of these things. It goes more down. It's like this just follows that perfectly. And this goes up. I'm really trying to pay attention to like the flow of these. Like see that line right there? Like it just goes up. I like connecting lines like that, especially for the comic style. Because my comic is not super detailed, because it cannot be. Because there's only one man working on these. There's not a penciler, there's not an inker, there's not a letterer, and all that stuff. I'm doing all that crap. So we have to pick a style that allows us to get stuff out on time and is also immersive and fun. And you can add color to fairly easily, right? By the way, how have you guys been enjoying the color comic? I thought that I would surprise you guys at the end of part 1 by it being in color, and I was hoping that you guys would understand that that meant that the rest of the comic was going to be in color. So please let me know if I was dumb for thinking that that would work, or post a comment if you think you were dumb. You're like, no, I didn't get that, but but hey, there's color. Awesome. Doing color comics is not very easy, but it is so worth it, and I knew that that was what I needed to do. There needs to be color to this comic. Okay. The hair coming from the headband isn't a tangent. No, not necessarily. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but no, I don't think so. I actually like it. It's just kind of like a design element, you know? What would be bad, what would be a tangent is if I was drawing a scene and there was like a post in the background, like say there was like a, I don't know, like a car here, and here's like the wheel, right? And then the edge of the car that's behind him touches the edges of his hair, like that, right? And the car is like coming this way. I'm really good at drawing cars, by the way. I hope you guys really pay attention here, because I'm going to give you a great tutorial on how to draw cars. See? I'm just throwing the perspective and putting a little driver's side door there, and the nice little mailman delivering some mail. Yeah. Let's give him some mail. There we go. And he needs a suit, because mailmen do not ride around naked. Right? At least none that I've seen. So this is what you call a tangent. This so much, no. No. And even if it is, then tangents are the style. Because Emma has some tangent things going on. Like the edge of her hair. For example, this hair right here, that thing, it follows exactly where the other hairpiece comes down. So you can compare these two, right? So there you go. I like that. Feeling there's a good amount of difference there. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and, ooh. Okay, wait, I'm reading. Yes, I'm showing no lag on my end, so yes, if you are getting lag, reload the browser. Reload that crap. On the side. Avoid awkward lines. Poker face mailman. Unamused by his life choices. He is so funny. Oh, yes, I do need to do another tutorial on hands, Damon. In fact, that might be something that I'll devote next weekend to. you guys are funny. Okay. You guys are offering up some good things up here, saying, you know, maybe a different face shape that's more masculine. But I actually want, like I said before, I want Nico to appear as a young boy. He's young, like Emma, right? So it's okay if he's a little androgynous looking. In fact, I think that will add to his character because we have some interesting things in mind for him. Some interesting things in mind for him, how he will be interacting with the group. So anyway, okay, so this is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Liking that. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Duplicate. Lovely. Lovely. Luscious. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the body. Okay? Let's do some measurements and lay out this body. So he will have very, very similar proportions to that of Emma herself. Right? Oh, crap. Very, very similar proportions. And those proportions would be about 5 heads tall. Character design. Let me see something. You guys are bringing up a good point on him. Let's see if making his eyes a little bit more square will help fix the problem. And actually, one thing I am noticing with this original sketch is it does appear that his eyes are just a little bit squared off. Actually, Emma's eyes are pretty squared off too, surprisingly. So yeah, I'll probably square his up a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That looks good. Looks really good. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, somebody said flip it. I need to check the flip. Yeah, it looks good. It's pretty good to me. Actually, his eye looks a little far back. Let's move that up a little bit. Move it up a notch. Maybe not that far. Just a little. Don't want to overdo it. Okay. Cool. Moving on to the body. By the way, I'm still coming up with this character's clothes, too. So what you're seeing, everything you see on the Emma stream is subject to change, and it most likely will change, especially if you give me inappropriate sound effects. Okay? Now let's go ahead and move on into this next thing. It's jokesters. Jokesters, aren't you? Okay, so it's very, very simple, right? We go about half a head down, right? So let's take half that head, measure with our fingers, what we were born with, our natural rulers. Let's go ahead and draw this down. Body shape is very similar. It's basically like this, right? Actually, his body more goes like this, right? Whereas Emma's kind of does this thing, whereas his will probably be more like that, if that makes sense. Got a little bit more of a, like a, I don't know, just like a belly curve. I don't know exactly how to explain it. But yeah, and his shoulders, oh, come on, just a tiny bit further, because he is manly. Nico is manly. Oh, and by the way, it's not N-E-K-O. It's N-I-K-O. Nico. Right there. Right there. Make him have large hands. He will. Well, he'll have bigger hands, I guess, but currently, like the drawing here, and let me show you guys something. He has like the tiniest feet you could ever imagine. I'll probably end up changing this, but look at this. This is basically what I'm drawing here. Let's see how tiny his feet are. Little tiny feet. I just think it's funny. Yes! Yes. Some baggy sweatpants. Good. Yes. Good. Good. You guys are like saggy gangsta shorts, saggy pants, saggy all that stuff. Yes, I will make his hands just a bit more squared off. Well, actually, that's a big part of it. I'll show you really quickly, like my ideals on doing hands for this comic, because I've simplified hands, right? So it's basically like this, right? You got the thumb, basically you lay out a hand like this, right? You got the thumb here, then you got the index finger, right, like this, and then these two fingers stick together, like that, stick together, they're best friends, and then you have the pinky, right? Say this person was like grabbing something. And that's basically how I draw hands. But the difference is the men's hands. Let's go ahead and duplicate this up. And you guys can see this, right? I'm not covering this up. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and duplicate this over. The guy's hands will be just a bit thicker, and the fingers are squared off. Aha! Brilliant. So Nico's hands will be more squared off to help lend to the fact that he is a boy. And then the girls have like the more dainty, kind of cute, pointed fingers. It's almost kind of like the. Have you seen anime styles that do that? That like all the fingers like are like little points. And that's kind of funny. But I did like it for a simplified style, so I decided to steal it. Maybe not the thumb. I probably won't point the thumb. That looks weird. But the other fingers, yes. That's the basics of the style of hands. Anyway. Let's go ahead and move those over there. Toucans. Toucans. I like that name. And you have a very, very recognizable icon. That thing is like, I don't know who that is or what that is, but that's a little scary. Warmogs and boots of speed. Yes. Yes. I do like that. Right. Okay, good. Just needed to check this really quick. There was a time where I was streaming and I accidentally left the stream open the entire time, and I realized at the end I dropped like thousands of frames, and the stream was like terribly laggy because I was streaming it and downloading it at the same time. I was like, wow. Come on. You guys were talking about Nico's chin, and I think, like, looking at this now, I think there is a little bit of a difference in this here and what I just did. Yeah, you know what? I just realized. You guys may have just caught it. Nico has a square chin. He does. He really does. This part kind of comes out more, right? And then it squares off, like much, much heavier, like this. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, he's got like much, much bigger cheekbones. His cheekbones go way, way further out. Yeah, he's actually more like that. There we go. Thank you! Thank you, guys. This is why I love having your eyes on stuff. You guys call it like it is. And we fix that. We fix those things. We fix those things. There's one more thing I want to talk to you guys about. During the last week while I was working, I was actually noticing, you know, I had finished part 2 and I released it, but the strange thing was, is I was actually kind of like depressed when I released it. It's kind of like a postpartum, or post-mortem depression, right? And it's just so funny because I'd stayed up till like 5 in the morning, putting the finishing touches on the comic before I released it, right? And then after I released it, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to take the entire Saturday. It's like, nobody bother me. I'm just going to take the entire Saturday off and just relax, and I'm going to do nothing, right? And you know what happened? Instead of feeling rested, I felt depressed. I was like, I'm not going to do the show today. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to rest, right? And I felt like absolute crap. So I guess I could, thank the neighbors for doing this because they were having like a Christmas party, right? All right, I could see it from my window. And there was music playing. And I could hear it through my window. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to do my show today. And I instantly became happy. It was so weird. I don't know if it was just the Christmas music or the decision to just do my show or just continue going, but I instantly went from feeling weird and depressed and a little sad to happy, like really, really, truly happy. Almost to the point where it was almost uncontainable happiness. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's something to that. And I'd like to believe that, there's ways that you can kind of pump yourself up and kind of choose how you want to feel, There's all kinds of little subtleties that I'm still trying to figure out with this face. Ay. That definitely looks much better, though. We're on the right track there. It's still not exactly what I want, but I'll figure that out as we go. All right. You guys are talking about some weird stuff over here. I don't know. Sundancer, what are you talking about? That I will have you know, young man. Better watch it. Better watch it. It does look like Professor Oak in a little circle. Holiday cheer! Oh, by the way, please tell me how you guys felt about, I don't know if you noticed, but before the stream started, you may have seen a certain somebody, the little banner or the the KNKL Emma stream coming up, and whatever. I'm not gonna try to hide it. What did you guys think about? Oh, wait. What did you guys think about this? Please tell me you thought this was awesome. This is my buddy, right? My buddy from Riot. He actually does the League of Legends login screens. And I told him that I was making this comic, and I was like, dude, can I have you do me a huge favor and animate this for me? And he's like, yeah, totally. And then I got my other friend, Christian Link. Oh, the guy's name is Anthony Possabon. Tony Possabon. And he does the animations for the... Actually, he's now directing the animations for the wall screens. He's freaking badass over there. But yeah, so I had him do this, and then I had my other buddy Christian Link, a.k.a. Preco, create some music, some original score for Emma. And that was really awesome. So I hope that you guys appreciated that. It was that was a vision that I had for a long time. It's like, that'd be so cool to have a stream with an animated login screen, I guess. So I was really happy that he went ahead and did that. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Perks of working for Riot. Yeah, I know, exactly. Google Plus. I don't understand what Google Plus is yet. I haven't really looked into that or understood what it is. I don't get it. I don't get it. But some of you are asking the question, how does he do the animations like that? He actually uses a program called After Effects. And he's basically created a rig for 2D art that he kind of like rigs it up like it's a 3D character, right? And then he can animate it, you know, and he does a really, really superb job. Superb. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up these. Let's go and finish up these proportions for like the third time saying that. Okay, so we got the head here. One head down will take us to about the hips, or no, the waist. Two heads down takes us to the crotchal region. No, 2.5. 2 2/3 takes us to the crotchal region. I think. Let me double check here. 1, 2, 3. Yes. 3, 4.5. Okay, so Nico is, yeah. Let's go ahead. Throw the rest of this in. Up you go. Up you go. Baby, it's cold outside. Anyway, yeah, I got Christmas music on the brain because of the awesomeness that was my neighbors. They seriously cheered me up. I should have gone over there and given them some holiday cheer. Holiday cheer, right? By the way, I don't know if you guys have like noticed like the new items. I don't know for those of you who've been playing League de Leyendas, but the new items are like so fun. I love it. I love that one that like makes a little snow around you, a little snowflake. I forget what it's called. It's like the Shard of True Ice or something like that. It's like a support item, I think. I thought that was really cool. I liked it, and it goes really well with Holiday Cheer Maokai. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. So we go 1, 2, 3. 3's there. 4, 5. There's our 5th head there. We'll go ahead and bring it up a little bit. Take it up a notch. Take it up a notch, because if we look at Emma's proportions here, we'll notice that, actually, wait, she is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's under 5 as well. Huh. But also her head's down a little bit too, so probably about just 4.5. 4.5. That will be Nico, my friend. Nico will be 4.5. Baby, it's cold outside. Go ahead and add some legs in there. I love simple legs. I love simplifying forms to simple shapes. It makes me so happy. So happy. I'm so happy. 1, 2. Uh-oh. I may have made his body too big. It looks a little long, so I'm just double checking. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, so he's probably supposed to be around there. Grabbing this, shrinking it up. There we go. That's more like it. Let's go ahead and bring your arms down, Nico. And yeah, actually, like, what wasn't communicated in his face will be communicated in his body, right? Because Emma has much more of a curvy figure, right? Much more soft, curvy lines. And Nico, on the other hand, will have much more squared off. I mean, she's got squared shoulders, but Nico will be exceptionally squared off. Lovely. Let's go ahead and put his hand here, like that. Let's go ahead and just have some fun, put some like piratey clothes on him, yeah? I don't know, like I still got a lot of stuff I gotta figure out with him. With Nico. 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Perfect! Just checking that crotchal region. There's nothing worse than making the crotch too high on a guy. It looks a little weird. Or too low. Can't do either. Has to be a little, has to be just right. Baby, it's cold out. Okay. Holiday cheer. That's enough holiday cheer for one day. There. There. Let's go ahead and put some clothes on him. How much time we got? Whoa! We got 3 minutes. Okay, we gotta put some clothes on him really quickly. And then it is time for catapults. For those of you who don't know what that means, do some research. Okay. So one thing I really liked was one of these things. I love the coats that do this. Like they have the collars that come up like this and kind of wrap around your neck. There we go. Like the coattails that come down like that. And then they have the other collars that come over and kind of overlap them. So I think that's how it goes. Something like that. Those look really cool. Maybe just a half a drink more. La 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 la. No more singing now. No more singing. Shut the heck up. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's give him some swashbuckling. Swashbuckling pants. Yeah. Swashbuckling pants. Maybe some buttons. 1, 2. 2's good. And finish it off with some boots. Actually, let's bring down his pants a little bit more. Then we'll give him his swashbuckler boots. Singing that song makes me want to watch Elf. Elf was a very, very good movie. Christmas classic. Christmas classic. I really like Nico's like tiny feet. I think it's really, really funny. Kind of want to keep him like that. Hey, that's actually kind of fun. That's actually a pretty cool design. It's very, very simple. Gets the job done. I think that's pretty cool. I'll probably give him a little rip in his pants there. When I ripped my pants. Awesome. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream good for now. Let us go ahead and move into the question catapult. Okay. So I hope that you guys were coming up with some good questions to ask. I'm gonna open up the chat over here to questions. Please ask away. Anything, relationship advice, what to say to women, that's fine. I'm good with that. I will tell you anything you wish to know. Almost anything you wish to know. So go ahead, fire them off. Yeah, I know, his feet are kind of girly. I don't know what's up with it. I just think it's funny. No, here's why I think it's funny. I'll show you why. Because Look at how much like contrast there is here. It's like Emma's got these gigantic like combat boots, and Nico's got like these tiny little like pirate boots on. I think this is so funny. It's good stuff. Yeah, I do like that. But yes, I agree. Just got to make sure that he reads as a boy. Enough, just enough, just enough. Rest assured that will be taken care of. Oh, yeah. for the brick flail. Oh, Nico's weapon? I was planning on making it like a sawed-off shotgun, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I like my characters to have not only ranged weapons, but good silent killer weapons. Okay. Eagle Chopper is asking, you said you were working on the comic a year ago. What happened during that year? Stuff got in the way, you know, just work, trying to stay alive, all that stuff. Too much League of Legends playing got in the way. You know, but like I said, when you need time for something, you make it. And I made time. Like I said, I figured out the recipe, and I will impart that wisdom onto you guys very, very soon. Mr. Damon is asking, do you have a body perspective tutorial planned after the hand tutorial? Body perspective regarding drawing like up above, like how you create a... And actually, that's really good. Yeah, that is a good tutorial. I should go into that. And I will. I will. Alright. Helgen Warfare is asking, did you ever feel at any point in your life that you would not have a career in art? Wow. This is actually a great question. And I think this kind of ties in back to my ideals for you creating... You create what you want your life to be almost. And I know it sounds really naive, but I really believe that I'm lucky, right? Because I had parents. I had the rarest form of parents who told me that I was going to be an artist, right? They're like, man, you're good at this. Like, this is what you're going to do, right? I didn't come up and be like, Mom, Dad, I want to be an artist. And they're like, oh, what? No. You don't want to become an artist. No. Artists don't make any money. Artists struggle. Artists perform on the sidewalks of Venice Beach, and they live, you know, they're street performers. It's like, we don't want our son to be a street performer. But even those people may be having the time of their life. They may be pursuing their dreams, and they are happier than those people that have regular jobs and, you know, have this so-called security, and they sit in traffic every single day, and they're miserable, right? But I was blessed with goodly parents that believed that I could do art. So when you ask that question, did I ever have that question, or did I ever think that I would not have a career in art? The answer is no. I knew that that was what I was going to do. One way or another, I knew that was going to be it. Like, that was what my life was. I was going to make art, and somehow I was going to figure out a way to make a living at it, and just, if anything, keep going and pursuing my dream. So I think it's really, really important that you keep yourself in that state of mind that if you want to do this for a living, you really can. And I'm telling you, opportunities will present themselves. You can't necessarily miss opportunities because they just keep coming up. Every day there's new opportunities for you to find and explore and everything. It's not like you just sit around waiting for something to happen. You can't do that. It just doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. Okay. Mr. Rosario asking, does Riot have internships? Yes. They do. As far as doing it right now for artists, I'm not sure, but I will tell you that what they're looking for concept artists and splash artists in general is your ability to render materials. I think is one of their biggest things there, like making metal look like real metal, but then putting it on top of like a comic book inspired and designed character. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but you know, it's like, you can figure it out if you want to. You don't need anybody to really teach you exactly. You just look at it, figure out what works for you, and then you develop your own style, right? And I'll do what I can to help, for sure, if you have any questions. Another color theory lesson. Coleman Reyna is asking this. Yes, I do believe, I would like to go into color theory. However, all the time I've wanted to do this, I was like, man, I don't know anything about color theory, but I think now, like, especially after doing the last few pages of the comic, I really had to kind of explore and figure out like what was going to work. So I'll be more than happy to share my insights on what I learned from the last part of the comic. All right, I'm taking 2 more questions, and then we are wrapping up the daily since we are 6 minutes over. But we started a minute late, so whatever. And I do apologize. Do apologize if I'm not able to get to all your questions. Unfortunately, I can't answer your questions about what courses to take when you're finishing your college. Yeah, after school, what courses you take, because I'm actually self-taught, and that is a good thing, because that goes to show you you can go wherever you want to go, and you don't need to pay somebody to teach you necessarily. If that is your method of learning, if you like to go to a class and have a teacher and have the interaction, I do believe in an interaction with other artists makes you 10 times better. You know, it's almost not the teacher that's doing it. It's like a little bit of that competition with your classmates, and wanting to be the best, and and sharing ideas with each other. It's like it's a good drive, and I think that's what school provides to you more than self-teaching. Self-teaching is cheaper, but you have to do it on your own or with your friends who are into art. So I really hope that answers that. It seems like a couple of you guys have that question, like where do I go? What do I do? So yeah. Okay. Last question. Oh, Kyle, you're asking. Oh, working with people. I don't know the classes. Well, I don't know the exact classes that they took, but I know that a lot of them went to the art center. A lot of people went to art center, and I think they were pursuing like graphic design. Some people were doing, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I don't ask people about school because honestly, it's not for me. I really didn't enjoy school myself, and I didn't have money to go to college, so I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna do this and figure it out. Mr. Damon. Yes, yes. All right, so final question coming in from Eagle Chopper. How much of the comic will be in color? All of it. It is all going to be in color from this point forward. I was only doing the black and white at the beginning because it was a dream sequence. Unless there's some other reason for me to do black and white, I probably will not revert back to that. Ideally. Ideally. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to this beautiful animated login screen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the KNKL Emma stream, episode 12. Day 12, right? Archive viewers on YouTube, please thumbs up if you like this, thumbs down if you don't. I'm Keenan Lafferty, and I will... Whoop. Let's try that again. I need to get better at this, seriously. It's like, this is the way it should go. My name is Keenan Lafferty. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care.